variety coming into this one right here. And everything else, you got Tankz plus the 4-4 spam. You got spam. You got the Tankz coming into the whole thing, and plus the 4-4 spams. You got the plus 4-4 spams and everything else, and just with the official, music video and everything else. But you got the tune in everything else with Tankz having this whole thing, especially with Tankz, having his whole corabber. He got you got the 4-4, you got the plus, so you got something, times you hear and everything else, especially as you times that and you see how that divides and everything else. But you got with the plus 4-4 spams, I'm guessing something else, but with the whole thing, especially with Tankz and everything else coming into collaboration with the 4-4 plus.
Look, I got no one I can trust. I see through the lust, that ain't real love. Look, I got no one I can trust. I see through the lust, that ain't real love. She said that love is a drug. Look, I got no one I can trust. I see through the lust, that ain't real love. She said that love is a drug. I just want fuck, cause I ain't no biscuit. I scam one girl for an O2 plan, got a CCJ, now she's telling her. Got no one I can trust. I see through the lust, that ain't real love. She said that love is a drug. I just want fuck, cause I ain't no biscuit. I scam one girl for an O2 plan, got a CCJ, now she's telling her man. Talk about starting a business, reality, bro, you ain't got no plan. I need a bad one like Kenzo B. You know.
Ooh, and everything else counting into the whole thing. She said, just like love is a drug. Oh, love is a drug. Just like everything else. And you can't really count on anybody else. Like, you can't really put your trust on anybody else, because especially everything else that be coming on, especially everything that be happening too, especially in this circle, the reality where we live in now. It's like, especially with everything we live in to this day, with everything going on, you can't really put your benefit in, off the whole thing. But especially how the whole thing is already, and then he's shooting in a whole, persistent, like different all kinds of stores and econs. Like, he's in different not big places.
Through the lust, that ain't real love. She said that love is a drug. I just want fuck, cause I ain't no biscuit. I scam one girl for an O2 plan, got a CCJ, now she's telling her man. Talk about starting a business, reality, bro, you ain't got no plan. I need a bad one like Kenzo B. You don't scam, you refund G. I into that star sign shit, but make sure it's linked to a B. You don't scam, bro, you ain't got no plan. I need a bad one like Kenzo B. You don't scam, you refund G. I into that star sign shit, but make sure it's linked to a Gemini, please. Had this one thing down on her knees. These ain't fours, these Jordan 3s. First and third, I need.
Ooh, these ain't 4, these ain't 4, these are Jordan 3. Ooh, these ain't 4, these are Jordan 3s. Especially how the whole thing is coming, like, especially how everything else is like attached. He got it really attached, like everything is coming in, like he said, these ain't no 443s, these are some other, something coming into that whole thing.
Had this one thing down on her knees. These ain't fours, these Jordan 3s. First and third, I need that, please. LOML, my PG.
Jordan 3s, these ain't no 4s, these are Jordan 3s.
Third, I need that, please. LOML, my PGP. 4-4 spam, that can never be me. Nowhere me that sent that text. Late night trips for the BTC. Me and my ski run it up off next. I told this bad B I don't want sex. Can you go in the bank and cash this check? Catch me in my Nike tech on the property, lad, I don't need to flex. She want a day in the life with Tankz and a few things linked up with Poku banks. Cash Plus is the only exception. True, see, I don't like these online banks. My cougar done the 1-2 skank. She giving me rats, got a firm that cheating. I just want head, then I'm leaving. Pension gone, now your grandma's grieving.
Amigos, bro. Amigos, bro.
That's your spot as well.
Amigos. Aye, you know how mad that is. And they follow man like Manny as well.
Come on, clear.
Same way that he cleans his piece same way that he cleans his shank. I felt like a B-Tech driller when I slipped inside without no latex. Swing me an Amex. I gotta load up my props, see why could the BBC try dox me? Most of my old things can't chop me, why could they got none to offer but boss G? This one thing rude and dead, so I kept it low from the skis, could never be me. This one thing thought I was got none to offer but
Ooh, let them know, especially, the scenes too, the scenes and everything else, especially how everything else is like Duluth and, it's already Duluth and, and the scenes too, the cutting scenes, it just gets, all type of, etc. Especially, there's places, where he's at, like, especially everything else and, the main connects, it all connects together, especially how he just comes through and just gives us that heat, like, hey, I feel like, there's something on a warm, shady thing, because we got something loose in here, especially with his whole connect, or the 4 4s, especially him having his whole thing, like he said, the Nike D's, it's just like his sweater and everything else, especially everything else is just nesting through.
they got none to offer but boss G. This one thing rude and dead, so I kept it low from the skis, could never be me. This one thing thought I was famous, cause she saw me on BBC. Work that square, I don't want Santander, just swing me a rev or a beaky. I spent 5k on my B-day, 2 white girls on me on a freeway. Rest in peace to 515, look back and I miss those days. Rest in peace to 465, look back and I miss those days. Rest in peace to UTR, for that man I caught my plane. I sold 2-2 and I still get paid, if the job falls through I still feel pain. Rest in peace to 515. Rest in peace to 465. Rest in peace to UTR, for that man I caught my plane. I sold 2-2 and I still get paid, if the job falls through I still feel pain. I still feel pain.
Ooh, right there, I got deep. He got deep. I thought he was finna, you know, like they always do, reveal something. But you got with the tanks of 4 4 spams, plus 4 4, everything else, especially with tanks coming into it, he was everywhere. Like he had it on a stable miss. I'm like, the way it was just coming and the way it was just diluting, he had it coming on both areas, especially with him coming through his whole thing. Like he was at a particular different icons, like a different, gas station, different places, different all type of stuff, That's what I like about it, because a lot of these places they shoot them in different areas. So, it's like, they don't stay in one spot. They always, you know, pour packing, pour stacks and everything else, because, they always on a move. But you got with tanks and the 4 4 spams and everything else. Make sure it's definitely, get us want to like everything else. Doesn't like this much. You guys definitely go tune in with this one right here and everything else. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, everything else. Especially with this whole thing right here, with the tanks. Cause it got, hey, I thought it was something else, in the beginning, I thought he was finna do something else, but you just got something with this one.